Your relationship with yourself is really important. Whether you love yourself or you hate yourself, that really, really contributes to your happiness on a long-term basis. Now, the reason that you hate yourself or you love yourself is because of what you've done in your past. Like, straight up, that's a fact. You hate yourself today because yesterday you did something that was great, but it fucked over your future self. Well, now you're your future self.
Yeah.
Or you love yourself today because yesterday you did something that might have been really hard and challenging, and maybe yesterday sucked because you had to do it, but today you feel really good because you did it. So the relationship with yourself is really like the key to happiness and fulfillment. Every time you know, like you guys have, I'm sure you've experienced it, maybe even said it, right? It's like you do something and you're like, that's tomorrow's problem. That's future me's problem. I'm sure you guys have experienced that, right? Well, future me now thinks that you're an asshole.
You screwed it over, man.
Because when you get there and future me has to deal with that future me is now current me, and I'm thinking, like, damn it, past Andy, you're a fucking asshole. You've like did the thing to make you feel good at the time, but now like I'm fucked because of it, and now I'm hating myself because of the thing that I did yesterday that felt good at the time, but it fucked me over. It's like, well, you're gonna be that tomorrow person at some point in your life. You're gonna get to the future you, and you're gonna hate your past self, right? Or you do something that is going to make your future self love you and feel great, then you have a better relationship with yourself because you get to future you and you're like, thanks past me for doing that thing. I really appreciate that. You know, and so you can see the relationship with yourself starts to develop in either positive or negative direction because of the actions of your past. What I'm trying to say is don't screw over your future self by doing things that make you feel good now that's going to dick you over later. Because if you do that, you end up hating yourself. And by hating yourself, you have low self-esteem, low confidence, low self-worth, all of these things. All of these things that create a negative mindset and a terrible feeling of, like, inside yourself.
Self-hatred.
Like, I hate myself,
Yeah.
I don't like my life. All of those things come from all of the actions in your past where you dicked over your future self to make you feel good in the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe you were lazy and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to watch TV because it's better than going to the gym right now. Sure, it is better than going to the gym right now. But tomorrow, you're going to be much happier if you had went to the gym versus watching TV, as an example. You know? Stop dicking over your future self by doing things to make you feel good now. Because if you do that, you're going to hate yourself. And then that just creates this negative mindset of like, well, I just don't like myself, I don't feel good, I don't want to work towards anything. You know, what's the point of living? It just keeps getting worse. You know, etc., etc. It's really dangerous and bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, and so basically what we're aiming to do there is to build our self-confidence and our trust in ourselves. Yeah, and so we know that the previous actions we've taken on other days have accumulated to become who we are now, and I can walk out in public proud of who I am because I know all the steps I've taken in the past have built me to be this person. It's been a wall that's been building up as opposed to a wall that I've been tearing down, you know, and so I know that in the future I'm going to be more confident and more happy more powerful and stronger to take on the world and the challenges that I face at that time because I'm building myself up every day, you know, and so we've got to make sure that we're putting in those sacrifices, you know, to challenge ourselves and become stronger. Because if we don't, we're just going to be weaker in the future. We're literally going to be weaker because we're actually tearing ourselves down.
That's it. You've got two choices in every moment. And is this going to be for the betterment of myself or for the worse?
The detriment.
And you're either making the decision to make your life better or you're making the decision to make your life worse. Like we spoke about last time, about having sort of the two future goals. Like, you know, you really want to be this person in 5 years' time or in 2 days' time, whatever it is. And this is the person that I really don't want to be. Well, like we spoke about last time, is the person that you really don't want to be, the steps to getting there are easy because they're the ones where you're like, I'm going to feel good now and dick over my future self. I'm going to do the thing to make me feel happy today and I don't care about tomorrow. I don't care about how I feel after the decision, I just want to feel good now. By making those temporary happiness type decisions, which are obviously easier in the moment, less resistance and, you know, it makes you feel good at the time, all of those compound into like this negative future for yourself. Whereas sometimes to get to the positive future of yourself actually takes a lot of work and sacrifice. And in the moment you're like, I have to make the hard decision now, but tomorrow I'm going to thank past me for making that hard decision because now I'm one step closer to my goal. Yeah? I'm one step further up the hill. And obviously going up the hill is harder than going down the hill. But where would you rather be? At the top of the hill or the bottom?
Yeah.
You know?
So when we have that future self in our mind, when we're facing that fork, it's so easy to choose the right path because we know what the right thing to do is, you know. It doesn't take a lot of effort, but you know in yourself, when you're faced with a decision, you pause and you go, which way do I need to go right now?
Yep.
And you tell yourself the lie and you go the wrong way because you're chasing that short-term satisfaction.
Because you're looking after today you instead of tomorrow you.
But you know, I need to take the road to my future self. All of that basically ties itself back into self-belief and becoming a more confident person, becoming more trustworthy of ourselves, because we know, as we were saying before, when we make the decision to make our future self happier, we can trust ourselves to make the right decision for tomorrow. And so that's what self-confidence is. That's what self-belief is. I trust myself to make the right decision.
Yeah.
And that right decision is not happiness and gratification right now, but happiness and gratification tomorrow that I did this thing today.
That's right.
You know?
Yep.
And so that's where we've got to really focus on building that, because tomorrow will come, but today will be over. You know?
Yes.
So build for tomorrow, not for today.